Resume recording.
Recording in progress.
Okay, so I have had a stack of fun today trying to migrate my lab to a tiny little NUC PC, little Intel jobby. And it's been fun, to say the least. So initially I tried to migrate over to Proxmox because it's free and easy to do. But that realised I was going to have to rebuild my entire lab again, and I was like, you know what, I'm not doing that. So I have decided to go with ESXi on my host server instead of Proxmox, mostly because Proxmox left a bit of a bad taste in my mouth last week when we were playing with it. Stupid service. So what I did say I was going to do first today, though, is to go through the internal networking configurations for VirtualBox for those of you who are using VirtualBox. So to that end, let's... Okay, so I haven't deployed an entire VM into an entire lab into VirtualBox purely because I just wanted to do the demo of how to configure the networking so that the routing would work. Just a show of hands, how many of you are actually using VirtualBox and are still yet to figure out the networking?
I don't know how to put my hand up, but
Did you get the networking working?
My hand up as well.
Yeah, did you guys manage to get the networking working through routing through the server, or is that still causing or being problematic?
No, I have not gotten that far. I have my Windows 10, my Ubuntu, my Kali, and another Windows for Wireshark all downloaded, but they are not networked together at all.
All right, cool. Okay, so let's just finish this off. All right, so for installing DHCP and for installing the routing and remote access, preview the previous video. That will get you up to speed. So I'm not going to repeat anything I did last time except to set up DHCP because that's literally just finished installing on this box.
What's a brownie, Kevin?
What's a what now? Okay, so let's get DHCP configured. Okay, so before we do that, what we'll do... Guys, mute if you're not talking to me, please. Thank you. Okay, so let's just have a quick look at the networking.
Sorry, I'm talking to you. I just sorry for distraction, but I realized that to set up the network, we need a server manager, right?
You need
my Windows 11 OS does not come with server manager, and I tried to download it, follow the instructions.
So when you're installing your server, which version of server are you using?
You're talking about Windows 2022
right.
server, Windows server.
Okay, so one of the things that I noticed today, when you're installing Windows Server 2022, what you need to do is make sure that you select the right version. Okay, so we select the Windows Server image, yes, right, and then when it comes to the options, yeah, it'll default to this Windows 22 Server Standard, but you actually need to choose the desktop experience. If you don't choose the desktop experience, then you just get that nasty black login screen with the command line only options, which means you won't get the full desktop to be able to use the server manager.
can you able to give us the ISO image for the server 2022 or 2019?
I've already shared the links that they're in that Wastane profile for the evaluation ones. So
the server manager, I need to download the appropriate.
no. So when you go to the eval center to download the server, just download the 64-bit ISO, and that'll give you Windows 2022 standard.
Alright, I did that.
And what was the problem with it?
How do you deploy a server manager?
Server manager comes with it.
He probably didn't select the 2022 server.
Alright,
there's a part where you
Right,
have
so
to
I'm
select
downloading
the-
it now, okay? So I'm downloading this version of it now. Give me 2 seconds and I'll go through the process for you.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's move that. Oh, in fact, I've already got it. It's right there, look. Right, so when it says server, you still need to click the desktop experience. Are you doing that, yes? So
Yes,
when
I'm following now.
when
Okay.
you do that, you don't need the product key. That just says change me. Click next. Leave that as is. Click next. Click next. Finish. Right, we'll leave that installing for a minute. Right, where was I up to? DHCP. Right. No, what I wanted to do first is, right, so what I've done is I've configured these networks. So the Ethernet adapter is our internet connection. So that's the default. And then I've set up 2 additional network adapters called Ethernet 2 and Ethernet 3. And I will show you in a second how that was done. And I've allocated the IP addresses 10.0.0.1 and 10.0.1.1. And to show you how that's configured, if we go back into here. So once you've got your server up and running, you go into settings, go into network, and then pick the adapters. Now your first adapter will be your main internet connection. You can either bridge it or set it as NAT. Then your second adapter will be your internal network or your safe network. Now, unlike VMware, you don't have to pre-configure the internal networks. All you need to do is give them a name here. So, for example, if I wanted to add a 4th one, why is it not letting me add a 4th one? How rude.
It's because it's running right now.
Oh, of course it is, duh. Let's shut it down.
Recording in progress.
Okay, now we can do it. Good call, thank you. So, if we wanted to add a third one, somebody's looping. There we go. Right, so you click internal here, and then on this one, you simply add the new one, and then any other box you want to add, that new network that you've just created will become available to them as well. Simple as that. Everyone happy with that, yeah?
Yes, I just got one quick question in regard to that. So just to be clear, what you did was, so when I'm setting up my system and I want certain networks to connect with each other, that's what I would go do, just connect it with those adapters.
Yep. So the one that you're using as your primary router, in this case we're using server 22, you just go into the network and add each of the adapters. And then on the boxes that you want to appear within those, if you go into the settings, go into networks, and then just choose which of the networks you want them to appear in.
So are we creating our own environment, our own lab, right?
Yes.
So we have to create our lab.
Yes.
Okay, because I didn't watch the previous video. I don't know what's going on. That is why.
Well, I suggest you go watch it afterwards. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So
I suggest you watch a lot of.
The last like 4.
yeah, definitely. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll find the latest ones there, so you won't have to go looking through your what's name campus. All right. So, but when you've installed the server, just using those basic settings, using that ISO, it will automatically give you, and once it's finished loading, Server Manager. So if the first thing that loads on your server is not Server Manager, then you haven't picked the right version of the operating system. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Excellent. All right, let me just shut this one down. So it's not using up all my resources. Okay, so I've got a Windows 10 box running, which at the moment has one adapter and no IP configuration. So what I want to do is I want to set it up so that my server 22 gives that Windows 10 box a IP address.
You don't need to switch to YouTube. You can.
Say again, sorry. Now you don't need to switch to the YouTube. Go and find the YouTubes just to watch the videos later. You don't need to do it now. Right. Okay, so I've got 2 networks configured on here, which as you saw before, so I'm going to need 2 scopes. Our internal network. And that'll be 10.0.0.10 10.0.0.55 subnet mask 255.255.0. Don't need to worry about exclusions, don't need to worry about the delay. Configure the options. Next. That's fine. Don't need Win servers. Activated now. Yes. Create a new scope. Next. Oops. Yeah. No, that's right. Add. Next. 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 Yes. Finish. Okay. So we've got 2 networks that have now got their scope being added, and we can now close that. And we just want to check that routing and remote access is configured. I'm not sure I did. It didn't. Custom. We want NAT. We want muted. We want LAN routing. Next. Next. Okay, that's now up and running. Then we just need to go in, go to NAT, set the NAT interface as that one. We want it public, we want to enable NAT, and OK. Right, we can close that, we can close that. Now on our Windows 10 box, we should be able to just ipconfig/renew. We should now get a 10 IP address like so, and we should now also, if all things have gone well, oh wait, BD turned off by default. Let's ping something else. 8.8.8.8. And now we have routing. So that's how we configure routing internally within VirtualBox. Everybody happy?
Yep, we're following little by little.
Excellent. Okay, so let's stop that right now. And that concludes the